Today on Steve Rob Reviews, I'm out in the shop and I'm going to revisit one of these. Yeah, this is my door buzzer, security door buzzer. In the last video, I installed it on my little shed I have in the backyard, a wooden shed with a conventional door. If you want, you can take a look at that video. I'll put a link down below. But today, I'm going to concentrate on my steel shed that I have in the backyard. If any of you have a steel shed, they are very flimsy. And actually, where you put your padlock on, it's all plastic. So, I mean, anybody could probably break into them. I mean, you know what? Most times, what does a padlock do? It keeps honest people out, right? But at least if you put one of these alarms on, like I'm going to do, you can actually hear the alarm in your house or deter somebody from going any further than opening up the doors. So in the last video, I didn't actually show all the different features on this. Today, I'm going to have a little more in-depth video and show all the features of this particular unit. Now this one here comes in a box of 2. So the first one, yeah, I paid $19.99. And then I got this lightning deal on Amazon, and this one here was $30 for 2. And I thought that's a pretty good deal. So I picked up 2. One's going to go in the shed here in the backyard, and one's going to go up to my camp up in Northern Ontario. So I'm going to show you this. And you know what I'm really curious about? Is whether the remote that I got with the first one will work with this one. And we're going to see that too. But I'm going to show you this a little more in depth and all the different features first. So let's go over to the bench. Let's take a look. Well, let's get into it right away. And it comes just packaged, just flawless packaging. So here is the unit itself here. There's 2 of them. Here's the key fob. And if we just go a little bit further here, there's 2 of these magnets. They're only magnets. These are only magnets. They have nothing to do with any kind of transponder. And of course, we've got 2 of these. So now when you're taking a look at them right there, first thing I'll say, they already come with the batteries inside. You just pull this tab to make them to turn on. And it comes with all the different forms of attachment. So you're going to have this type right here. And that is a lot different than this type. This type right here is very thin. I used that on the last time. This is like for a smooth steel door and that kind of thing. So I went with this type. And here's my old one right here. Now I'm going to go with this type for on the wood. And as you can see, it's broke off into one piece to go on, to fit on one of the magnets. And the other piece is the right side to fit on the back here. So let's just pull one of the tabs out here. You can hear a little bit of a beep. Now I wonder if this remote is going to actually make this operate. So I'll just try. No, it's not working at all. So they are programmed for each set, which is, I think, is pretty good. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tape off here, stick it on here, take the other small strip, stick it on here. We'll go out to the garage and we'll set it up. But before we go, I just want to show you on the remote here. If we take a good close look here, you could see that there's different settings. And there's one here called SOS. And if I press that, it's going to go like an alarm off. And then you press the unlock to stop it. And this one here is home. And that arms it so that it only makes like a door chime. So every time you open and close the door, it'll be like a door chime. And then you unlock it, and this one here will be your locking. And if I press that, it's going to be disconnected from the sensor here, and it shows a fault because there is no magnet beside it. So I'll unlock it, put the sensor within distance. Now it's armed. There. So it's a pretty smart unit. So let's go out and let's install it. Well, there's the shed right there. She's cold and windy. I just want to show you something. I put them vents, see the little tiny vents there? I put them vents in there. Makes a huge difference. And of course, when you take a look at the front, these two vents, and I put two in the back, the same, made a huge difference on ventilation. I'll just show you the side here too. Yeah, these make a huge difference in dropping the temperature because it's like a furnace in there in the summertime. So anyways, this is where, right in behind these two screws, well, I'll show you when I get inside. So this is the shed here, and these are pretty flimsy, I'll tell you that. And I just stuck a little bit of a tarp there just to cover the lock. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes that thing is frozen solid. But this is the type of shed that a lot of people have in their backyard, and this type of shed that's so easy to break into, but not anymore. We're going to go inside, let's take a look. Well, here we are inside the shed, and yes, I do have some lighting here, but it's not the best. But you could see here where the screws went from the other far side, and I just put a couple of screws on the top here, and that's just to hold these pieces of wood. And what I did was I just kind of, if you can't see here in the crack, I just kind of made a little bit of a slot there so the wood fits in, and made sure that it fits tight, because you're not supposed to have more than about 15 mil between here and here. So as long as I mount these pieces, one here right on the seam and one on the seam here, it should be fine. And this is just wood, and all I've done is just took a little bit of a brake clean and just wiped it clean like this. You know, just take all the dust off it and any type of residue, and we'll just mount them right on. So let's do that right next. Okay, so all I've done was just taken the sticky side off, and on one side there is an arrow, and you have to have that pointed towards your transponder. So all I'm going to do is just stick it right on here like this and just press it down. Now that 3M tape is pretty sticky, and then we'll just grab the other side, and of course it has a corresponding arrow, and you just kind of line it up the best you can. I mean, you don't got to be perfect or anything. There we are. Now all we have to do is just get the key fob, and that arms it. Now if I try to open this door in here, it's going to go off. Man, is that loud or what? So that's a very easy install. Well, I think that is a very good system, and for all of you that of course have been watching my channel a long time, no, I don't sell anything on my channel, but what I will do is I'll just, you know, I'll show you the name. I mean, that's the manufacturer there, and I bought it on Amazon. There's a lot of these manufacturers around that sell similar units, and the only thing I do not know is what's inside of here. I imagine it's like other type of wireless transmitters. There's like a small little batteries in there. I'm not too sure, but it comes with everything. You don't have to actually buy anything else. You get the units, and they're saying that the units are good with the AA batteries in the transponder that's out in the shed. 2 AA batteries last a year, so I'm thinking that's a pretty good deal. But I really like it, and if you take a look at the packaging, you know, the packaging, you know, a lot of people just throw the packaging out, right? But, you know, you can always tell a lot about a product just by the packaging. This thing is very well made, very well designed, and I think for $30, you know, to do 2 separate security systems, and I mean, they give you both remotes, and, you know, I think it's a no-brainer, and I hope I never need it, right? That's one of the things. It's like insurance. Hopefully you never need to use it. So thanks for joining me here today, and hope you enjoyed this little bit on just an ordinary, simple security alarm that you could use in so many situations and so many instances in your house or out in your shed, any place that you want to put one. And I like the one about the door charm that goes off and on, off and on. You've all heard that noise going into a store somewhere, haven't you? And this is an alternative. It's wireless and it works great. You guys take care. Come back again. If you haven't seen the channel before, well, you're welcome to subscribe. Cheers.